a helicopter with a
I know.
with a chain.
And holds it. And holds a helicopter.
Thing is, Marvel has thousands of my dollars already.
Got you.
Thousands.
You were got.
Because I'm already years from now. I'm still going to be watching.
They got you.
They got me from
It's
2008.
inevitable.
Okay?
They can't even stop. You can't even stop that train right now.
What is Tarkin's goal right now with this new group?
So Tarkin, of course, is in charge of the entire Imperial force. Him and Darth Vader are equals.
Yeah, where's that Vader?
Well, you know.
Oh, wait.
Well, don't forget now, Vader this is just after Order 66. So, oh man, how cool was it?
Yes. She blows up the TVA, right? And we get a bunch of different timelines, which I'm gonna go over because there's a bunch of different ones that we actually recognize. So let's start with one of them. It's because 2020 we had nothing. You know how hard, Dad? Let's really talk about this. You know how hard it was to get through 2020? I've had something Marvel, something superhero since I was 8. Every year since I was 8. And then 2020 is like, no, nothing.
I know.
All right, welcome back to our channel. How are y'all doing? Dad is not here today for our DNA. He is on vacation. Obviously being COVID safe, we are vaccinated, all those things, mask, of course, yes. So it's just me, and we're gonna talk about a lot of things. I have a list of things to talk about. Hopefully you just came from my Morbius trailer reaction because we're also gonna break that down. We're gonna talk about that later. We're gonna do a review of Eternals, and we're going to also, I was thinking like, we watched a lot of movies in October, so we're gonna rank all the movies that we watched. I think it was 8 movies, so we're gonna rank from 1 to 8. We're gonna talk about the Chris Pratt situation that's happening on TikTok, and the new Nolan movie that the cast has been put out. The main cast has been put out for that movie. So we're gonna talk about that. But first, we are going to continue to talk about the Alec Baldwin situation. The mishap, the accidental shooting that happened with Haylena Hutchins. We talked about it last week, and a lot of things has come out in the last week, so I just wanted to touch base on that again before we get into the other stuff. And so here I have an article that I wanted to read. I'm not entirely sure if I'm allowed to like put on like the news or anything. Oh, hi, Dad. He's on here. I don't know if I'm allowed to put on the news without it copywriting me, so I'm just gonna read some stuff, but just wanted to update y'all. So let me zoom this in because my eyesight. Okay. So if you don't know what happened with the Rust on the set of Rust, Alec Baldwin, the movie is about it's revolved around cowboys, right? So Alec Baldwin was given a handgun to do probably a POV shot, and he thinks that there's a blank in there because the armorer tells him that it's a cold gun, it's good to use. So he uses the gun, it goes off, it shoots Haylena Hutchins, fatally shooting her, and then also it hits the director in the shoulder. And so now there's an ongoing investigation to see why this happened, and there has been a lot of talks about why are there real guns on set when CGI, when you see a movie like Dune, I think we can make a fake gun. Like, I feel like I think we can do it. You know what I mean? But like, there's a lot of talk about safety and all these things. So I wanted to read this article here about what the armorer's lawyer has to say, which I thought it was very interesting. Let me find it. I'm so sorry. Okay. So we'll just start from the beginning. Yeah. The Rust armorer, Hannah Gutierrez Reed, loaded the gun with what she thought were dummy rounds before Alec Baldwin used it on set, fatally shooting the movie cinematographer. Lawyers for the armorer said on interview with NBC aired on this past Wednesday. So this is what he said. There was a box of dummy rounds and a box of labeled dummy. Hannah did take from that box, which she, by all accounts, should have been able to rely on. That contains only dummy rounds, said Gutierrez Reed's lawyer, Jason Bowles. She loaded rounds from the box into the handgun, only later to find out and she had no idea. She inspected the rounds that there were. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. Let me zoom in some more. I'm sorry about this, guys. This is a little bit hard to read. Let me bring this in. I should have put out my contacts or something. All right, we're going back in. I'm sorry. She inspected the rounds that were there was a live round. Now we don't know, however, whether the live round came from that box. We're assuming it did. We're assuming somebody put the live round in that box, which, if you think about that, the person who put the live round in the box of dummy rounds had to have the purpose of sabotaging this set. There's no other reason you would do that. See, the lawyer is putting that out, thinking that there has been some type of sabotaging, saying that the live round could have been put in the box of dummies, which I don't have an opinion yet on this, because it's just a very low chance that the armorer could have chosen that specific round. If she checked it, if she did all the steps that she was supposed to do, how was it that that one bullet out of all the other ones, she picked that one, you know? So he continues, I think you can't rule anyone out at this point, because we know a couple of facts. We know there was a live round in the box of dummy rounds that shouldn't have been there, at least one round. We had people who left set who had walked out because they were disgruntled. We have a time frame between 11 and 1, approximately that day, in which the firearms at times were unattended. Oh, wow. I didn't know that part. So there was an opportunity to tamper with the scene. Wow. So this is putting this is putting doubt and speculation into people's heads about this situation. I did not know about that part of it. That is wow. Another lawyer of Gutierrez Reed, Robert Gorentz, said the prop trunk was, quote, was completely unattended at all times, leaving access and opportunity to access the ammunition. He continues, the tray was outside the church for over 2 hours, unattended, after she had prepped that for what was going on to be an afternoon filming session outside of the church. I feel like, after reading that saddens me, because why is there armory stuff unattended to the point where anybody could access it? Why isn't it locked away where the armorer, the safety person, the armorer, those people are the only people that are able to access that? I feel like them saying this just shows like it just justifies the disgruntled crewmates that walked off set, because that seems very unsafe to me, knowing that anybody could access it for it to be tampered with. Right? I just feel like that's what do y'all think about that? Because I'm shocked by that. So that is what's recently come out as of this Wednesday, and I wanted to talk about it because I feel like y'all should know everything that's going on recently since the last week, because this is still an ongoing investigation. The lawyer is just trying to figure out the lawyer is just trying to put out an idea for everyone to understand, like, hey, it could really be anyone at this point, knowing that things were unattended for hours. But also, how many live bullets were there? There's a lot of information that we're not getting because we're just like civilians. You know what I mean? We're not in the investigation. Also, I don't want to get too into this because I don't want to get too into this. Okay, we're having some. Oh no. My screen just went out. Really? Sorry, guys. Hold on a second. Why did my screen just go out? Okay. Well, our screen just went out. I can't read this now. This it had to be the screen that I was reading on. Let me try to pull it up somewhere else now. Well, I was gonna move on from this and talk about how their salaries were also released, which was interesting just to see how much people make on these. How much people were making on these on this set. Sorry, I'm like all stumbled up now because things messed up. But yeah, I just wanted to put that out there. My thoughts about the lawyer saying that it could be really anyone at this point. It could be yeah, it could be any of the crewmates that walked off because they have some probable cause of saying like, hey, we were disgruntled, or it could be the armor's fault. It's too many factors. It's all up in the air now. And I just hope that we can get some answers for Haylena Hutchinson's family. Yeah. We are going to now move on to the Eternals movie. I'm so sorry about this, guys. Like, see, when I have Dad on here, I'm able to like put the camera on him so I can fix everything that's going on. But now I'm the only person here, so now things are going wrong, but I have to fix it while I'm on the live stream. But we're here. We're here. So we're going to move on to Eternals now. And if y'all do want to continue to talk about the Alec Baldwin situation, there are some other news that also happened, like the interview with the paparazzi. That triggered me so much. Paparazzi are the scum of the earth. The fact that we can talk about it if you do want to, but I don't want this to be too much on their story. You know, it's just it's very saddening. So we are going to talk about now Eternals. I got to see it yesterday. What's today? Friday. So I got to see it on Thursday. And I'm going to be very vague and brief, and I'm not going to do any spoilers because the movie just came out today. Some of y'all are probably watching it right now. Some of y'all are probably in the theaters, and after you get out the theater, you're going to turn on this live stream. Okay, anyways. If you did see my review, our review on the movie, you know that my rating was an 8 out of 10. Dad's review was an 8.5 out of 10. So we thought the movie was pretty good for like, it was really good, and it stands up to be a Marvel movie. But it's not what you expect. It's a little bit different. It's going a different route than what we usually have from Marvel. That cookie cutter, like I said earlier, the cookie cutter standard where the first 30 minutes is introducing the character, then we introduce the big bad, we fight them, we fight the little big bad, and there's a bigger big bad, and then and then the movie ends. I'm honestly describing like Shang-Chi, Black Widow did that as well. Like the Marvel standard, but with this movie, there wasn't as many fight scenes. There was it was very, very character driven. So buckle up for getting to know our characters. There's 10 of them. So we can't just jump into fight scenes, or we can't just jump into going straight to the end. We got to know who they are, why they're here, what their purpose is in this universe. And so if we do see them later on, we have an understanding of who they are, right? Right. So I think that some people's expectations are a little bit too high. And so when they get into the movie, they're like, where's the fight scenes? All that stuff. And the thing is, Marvel, though, they did advertise it to be very action-y. And I say that it's not as much action as it was advertised to be. But it is still a really good movie. Chloe Zhao, the director, did very well. Gemma Chan, she was, I really loved her character. And Angelina Jolie. 10 out of 10. And I already know Dad's gonna be like 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 as in they did really well. Not 10 out of 10 like a rating. 10 out of 10 they did really well. Okay. But yeah. So definitely go see this movie and get your own opinions of this movie. And I did want to actually pull up Rotten Tomatoes and look at the reviews on there because right now this movie is at a 49%. It is the lowest rated MCU movie. And the thing is, I want to be like, so Incredible Hulk? After you watched Eternals, you were like, oh, I got to watch Incredible Hulk to cleanse my palate. I got to watch Dark World to cleanse my palate. Like, it's the worst MCU movie, really. I just think they need to watch it again without having that like MCU mentality. I know it's under the MCU and people are gonna be like, well, it's MCU, but just really enjoy this movie for what it is. So I want to read the reviews and try to defend them without giving too much away. I'm not going to give anything away because the movie came out today. So let's pull this up. I'm really sad about my monitor going out because I really wanted to, because I need 3 monitors. But we're at 2. Okay. Let's switch this over to a different window. Here we go. Oh, it's at 50. We got 1% up. Yay. Right? Okay, let's do that. Let's do that so I can see the chat. There we go. Yay, 1% up, 50% on Rotten Tomatoes, and a 86% from the audience. And there has been 1,000 reviews already. I think people are really wanting to defend this movie. I have to look up Incredible Hulk. Real quick, I have to. I need to know what the rating is on this. 67%. I mean, I personally love the movie, but I know a lot of people don't like this movie. So it make it make sense. Real quick, I know we really want to get into these reviews. 66% for Dark World. Okay, just wanted to put that in y'all's head. 66%. Okay, look. There's some okay, there's Rotten, but there's some fresh ones. Let's start with the fresh. And it's just their like little tagline. It's not even like their full review. You can absolutely believe that this is a Marvel movie made by the director of Nomadland. I have not seen that movie yet. I should watch it so I can like get a sense. Here's another fresh before we get to the nitty-gritty. It's a brave thing to take the series into mystical territory, and I can't help but admire how elastic the Marvel formula has proved. Like, yes, let's go into a different feel. You know what I mean? Like a different vibe. Okay, let's read a Rotten. Let's make sure there's no like bad words in here or something. I don't know if they're allowed to do that. Okay. Unfortunately, the film's strict adherence to the Marvel formula keeps the whole enterprise from really working. Expecting too much. Not expecting too much. Expecting it to be the same story. How do I like move it to the side, guys? You know what I mean? Hold on. Here we go. That's good. Eternals is an uncharacteristically sloppy misfire. How though? I want to read the full review now, but I know it's really long. Like, I don't think it's a misfire because it's such a good, I feel like it's such a good introduction to, I feel like, okay, pause. I think that phase 4 is like another phase 1. We are getting an introduction to these new characters. So when they come together, it comes together. We are invested in these characters. And I feel like, I was talking to my brother earlier, I feel like we're not going to get that big bad, like the Thanos situation for another between 5 and 10 years. I'm serious, guys. It's going to be like that again because we can't just throw things out. I think we got too spoiled with these like big movies, but now we're back to grounded, guys, with WandaVision. Grounded in a way until we get to the end. Loki in the beginning. Loki in the beginning was grounded. Falcon and the Winter Soldier was very grounded. We're getting to know these people. So with Eternals, it's the same thing. We don't know the Eternals. I don't read the comics. I always tell people I don't read the comics. I go by the movies. So we need to be introduced, right? Let's go back. Okay. Like an X-Men movie, it's all like an X-Men movie if all the characters were Cyclops. Let me think about that. Cyclops. He had no character development. Not character development, but he was barely on screen. That's a lie. Lie. Maybe one character, I'm not going to say, maybe one character is kind of put to the sideline, but everyone else developed. Lie. One more, guys. Let me get a good one. Top critic, hold on. Never have the stakes been higher or as instantly forgettable in a Marvel movie as this. Never have the stakes been higher or as forgettable in a Marvel movie as this. I don't know what to say about this. The stakes are high. Okay. Like, I don't know why I'm about to say like, okay, but like, okay, because that's all I can say. I don't want to give anything away because like that kind of, I have to think about that more because the stakes are high, but then also, nope, not gonna say anything. All right, we're moving on. I think that was the last one. Last one, guys. 8.5. This is what my dad gave. By the tale's end, it becomes clear that Eternal's true aspiration is to be an art house blockbuster in much the same vein as the works of Denis Villeneuve and the Wachowskis. Isn't the Wachowskis? I'm sorry, I don't know these people. I should. But hey, if you know that, there you go. All right. See, this movie, oh gosh, I'm sorry. So this movie, it does have mixed reviews, but it's really good. I want y'all to get your own opinion because, you know, I really don't want y'all to go off of these critics. Because remember with Shang-Chi, wasn't getting a lot of press in a way where I think it wasn't the CEO, but somebody on Disney was like, this is an experimental film. And Simu Liu had to be like, we're not an experiment. Go watch our movie in theaters. We're a part of the MCU, please, you know? So go watch it. It's really good. Thank you very much. Is that it for Eternals? Reading the critics' reviews, we did that. Oh, my favorite character. Gemma Chan. Yeah. Gemma Chan, Cersei, definitely my favorite. I'll say, okay, my favorite woman in the movie, Gemma. My favorite man in the movie, I don't know his name. Okay, not the characters, the cast. Thank you. There we go. Let's go back to this view. Fastos. This one right here, this guy, Brian Terry Henry was my favorite man in the movie. And then Gemma Chan as Cersei was my favorite woman in the movie. Both great. Just really enjoyed their characters. I already can't wait to see this movie again because it's just like, it just all comes together very well. Yes. Okay. Keep pressing the wrong one. All right, we are going to now move on to all of the movies that we watched in October. We're going to rank the movies comparing to each other, all the October movies, and I'm gonna rank them from 1 to 8. Yeah, so let me bring these up. They're on my phone. I should have probably put it on the computer. Okay. So we saw 8 movies starting, or I saw 8 movies. Dad saw 7 because he didn't see The Guilty. But let's start with Venom because that came out in October 1st. I am still hurt. I'm still hurt. It's literally November, and I'm still hurt about how bad that movie was. That movie was so bad. Everyone loved that movie. Everyone did. And I was just like, y'all, are you all seeing the same movie that I did? Let's see what the critics gave it. It's 60%. Okay, that's fine. That movie didn't progress the character forward in any way. The villain was kind of a throwaway. The thing is, I gotta just real quick. The thing is, I love all the characters. If you just pick them out, love Venom, love Eddie, I love Carnage, love the girl, Banshee. But when they all came together in a story, it just didn't work. All the actors were great, but the story just trash. So that's in the 8th spot right now. The next movie that we saw was Many Saints of Newark. Let me think about that. When I first gave my initial review for that, I was like, I'm not really into mobster movies, but it's definitely still a good character piece. The movie, the trailers really advertised it to be about Tony Soprano, but it really wasn't. It was about his uncle. But you know, if you like The Sopranos, it's definitely a movie to watch. Gonna put it in 7 for now because that's where we're at. That's where we're at. I'll move it around as we go on, but that's where we're at for that movie. No Time to Die. Oh my gosh. Actually, No Time to Die is in 7. I did not enjoy that movie as much as I wanted to. They made James Bond's character a little bit too invincible. So the stakes weren't there. I did like how they introduced a new 007. So I don't know if she'll be the new 007 in the next movies, but I really did like how they introduced her character. The first 30 to 45 minutes is very well done, but then it just loses me after that. I can't even remember the plot. I'm so sorry. It's going in 7. And in number 6 is going to be Many Saints of Newark. Many Saints. The Guilty, featuring what's his name? Jake Gyllenhaal. Actually, I really liked that movie, and a lot of people didn't like it because it was. I mean, this is very true. They're trying to in that movie make us feel bad for a cop, what is it called, a corrupt cop, and that is true. At the end, they're like trying to make us feel bad. Should I not give it away? Sorry, let me not give it away. But before we get to the ending, and you just look at the movie without like thinking about the sympathy part of it, it's really good. Yeah, it's really good. The entire movie takes place over the phone. We don't get to see any of the action. And so you would think, how would we have any stakes? How would it, be any, how would it, stand up to like other movies that do like this detective work? But it works. And you feel like you're him in that seat. You're trying to understand the situation. And it's pretty well done. I'm going to have to just put it in 5 for now as we keep going down this list. And you can find The Guilty on Netflix, actually. So there's that. Sorry, guys. Hold on. Hold on a second. I lost my list. Here it is. Oh, the next movie came on October 15th. Halloween Kills, guys. Stop. I know what you're going to say. You're going to be like, that movie was trash. But like, let's talk about it. I really enjoyed that movie. And when I came out of the theater, I was hyped because Michael Myers is savage. And they did really well with the fight scenes. No, with the kill scenes. Like, it's a really good slaughter movie. If you loved the first Halloween and Halloween 2018, then you'll definitely like Halloween Kills. I personally enjoyed it, but it's going to go in number 5, and The Guilty is going to go above it. Actually, that's a lie. I'm sorry. It's going to go in number 6, And Many Saints of Newark is going to move up to number 5. And The Guilty is going to move up to number 4. Okay, guys? Okay. Halloween. That's what it's called. I'm not gonna be disrespectful. I know. So that's gonna be 6. 5 is Many Saints in Newark. And 4 is The Guilty. Oh, The Last Duel. We saw The Last Duel as well with Matt Damon and Ben Affleck. I actually really like this movie, guys. Do I just like all movies? No. I really did like this movie as well. It's about the last duel of France between a man, obviously 2 men, and the situation is there's these 2 best friends, and this guy over here sexually assaults his wife, Matt Damon's wife, and so now they're dueling to the death, pretty much, because she did not back down. She was like, I am going to tell my story, and he did it, so what are y'all going to do about it? Pretty much. And so they have the last duel. And the best friend is played by Star Wars, Kylo Ren, Black Klansman. The guy. Why am I blanking? Guys. The guy. He's very famous. Adam Driver. I knew it started with the A. Okay. Adam Driver. Yeah. That's the best friend. All right. Moving on to the next movie. Oh, sorry. I'm putting that. Oh, man, that's a really good movie. Is it above The Guilty? Yes, it is. You're right. I'm going to put it number 3. The Last Duel goes to number 3. 2 more movies. Which one should I start with first? Last Night in Soho is another movie that we saw in October. That was a good movie as well. What did I get that movie? I think I got that movie a 7 out of 10. For me, it's a one and done. And I was expecting more from Edgar Wright after watching Baby Driver. The movie was very beautiful, like visually beautiful. And it was definitely an interesting story. And like I said in my review, an interesting take on the horror/thriller genre. But I felt like at the end, getting to the end, it just took too long to get to the climax. And then once we got to the climax, the movie ended. I was like, oh, okay, we're just done. I wish that we got to the climax sooner and then we like drawed that out a little bit, like with Get Out, where he found out, oh, these white people are trying to kill me. And instead of just being like, oh, we're done, we won the day, the white people are trying to kill me, and then he gets trapped, he tries to get out, like blah, blah, blah. Like there's a little bit more to it. So I wish that there was a little bit more to the climax part of it. So I give it a 7 out of 10. But is it better than The Last Duel? Which one would I rewatch? I would rewatch The Last Duel. So I'm going to put Last Night in Soho in position number 3. And at number 2, I'm going to put, for now, I don't know actually, The Last Duel in number 2. Hold on. I don't know how I feel about that. Hold on. And at number 1, you already know. Do I even have to say it, number 1? Do I have to even say it? Dune. Dune is number 1 without even a question. That was the best movie I saw in October. I saw it twice in theaters because that was an experience that you had to see in Dolby. AMC Dolby, where like they have like the subwoofers where you're like seat shake and you feel like you're so immersed into that movie. It's the best world building I've ever seen. It felt like this 2.5-hour movie felt like 30 minutes of a regular movie. You know how like in the first 30 minutes, it's a lot of setup. We're getting to know the characters, and then we're going to move on to, you know, the inciting incident, all this stuff. Like 2.5 hours of world building, and I can't wait till part 2 because I know it's going to pay off in part 2. It's just going to pay off so well. And so, yeah, Dune is definitely my number 1. Okay, so now that we have that, we know that Dune is number 1. So this is the list right now. Let me just put this out there. This is not final. Number 1, Dune. Number 2, The Last Duel. Number 3, Last Night in Soho. Number 4, The Guilty. Number 5, Many Saints of Newark. Number 6, I don't know if I should do that. Okay, number 6, Halloween. Number 7, No Time to Die. Number 8, Venom. Okay. Let me move some things around. You know what? No. I'm going to move some things around, but I'm not going to think about how are y'all going to judge me. I'm going to do it based on my opinion about what I liked and what I enjoyed the most. So, we're moving some things around. Yeah. I think I enjoyed that one more. No, I didn't. Okay. I only switched one spot. I'm staying. Okay, here's the final list for October. All the movies that we watched in October. This is the final list. Number 1, Dune. Number 2, The Last Duel. Number 3, The Guilty. Number 4, Last Night in Soho. Number 5, Many Saints of Newark. Number 6, Halloween. Number 7, No Time to Die. And number 8 is Venom. Let me know down in the comments what your list is. If you've got to see any of these movies or if you think my list is wrong. I already know. I can feel it. It's boiling. I already know people are going to think it's wrong because No Time to Die is so low on that list. I already know. But let me know what y'all think about that, about the list. But yes. So now we're going to move on to... Okay. So I'm hoping that some of y'all came from my what's it called? Morbius trailer reaction, because I did want to break it down. Of course, I wanted to break it down a little bit. We're going to just look at it. I'm not gonna watch the whole thing because there's some other things that I want to talk about as well. So we're not gonna spend too much time on this, but there's a lot of things. Why am I having trailers? Not trailers. Anyways. More BS. Okay. So where was it? In association with Marvel. Oh, let's make this bigger. I can't play any of the sounds because I will get copyrighted. That's why I reacted to it already. But where was it, guys? Okay, can someone explain to me? I did not catch this. I guess in the movie it'll explain it. But he got some powers, and I'm like, is he the true Batman? Because he has bat powers now. The studio that brought you Venom. I feel like that's not the. I feel like that we shouldn't use that as an advertisement. He has superpowers, but from a bat, so he's Batman. He's Batman. Batman is Batman because he's scared of bats, so he used bats to empower himself. Take back. You know how people say that. Where is it? I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying to find the Spider-Man part. Okay. Daily Bugle. I actually want to read this. The Michael Morbius apprehended for vampire murder. In a shocking turn of events, world-renowned medical genius Dr. Michael Morbius has been arrested for murder. Oh, Rhino on the loose. Zoo hoax fools us all. Black cat, friend or foe? What is this? Finding the truth within. Told in his own words. So I already know somebody enhanced this and looked at all these fine prints. Black cat. That's from the Spider-Man games. I know Black Cat's in the Spider-Man games. Rhino on the loose. That's from Amazing Spider-Man 2. Oh my gosh. So he's a vampire. Okay. He did get bit by a bat. Murderer? Wait, what? Wait, like I don't no, I'm trying to deduce this. Okay. Murderer. As in Mysterio, but he's not in that universe yet. But murderer as in Spider-Man 3 when he becomes black suited Spider-Man and people are like he's crazy, but that's also a different universe. Guys, is Spider-Man also a murderer in this universe? Like, Spider-Man, come on, you can't be good for like 3 seconds. Oh, sorry, I passed it. There it is. Let me go back to this window. Here we go. Murderer. All right, I don't know what else to say about that. But what do y'all think? Is this meaning like but this no, hold on a second. That's Toby's suit. I'm going crazy. That's Toby's suit. Don't play with me. Don't zone. Oh, sorry. Hold on. Toby Maguire. Isn't that Toby's suit? Yeah. Don't play with me. Don't play. You don't have to you know what I mean? You don't have to do the extras. Just tell it as it is. Just don't do all these extra things because this is definitely a darker blue. And it has like the lines in it. Not Tobey Maguire. Tom Holland's suit doesn't have the white lines like Tobey Maguire. So I'm just really excited, okay? Who is this guy? What is this? Spider-Man. What are you doing? Come on. That's even the same hand placement. Is that? Sorry. I'm screaming into this. Isn't that the same pose? Just flipped? No, that's the same pose. No, that really is. I know you see it. That's all I have to say. That's it. And I feel like there was one more thing. Oh, Michael Caine is in it. And he is, I don't know if he's assembling some type of other Sinister Six situation or I don't know. But what do y'all think? What were your thoughts on this trailer? Because I'm so confused right now. Now I'm even more confused than I was before because how does Tobey Maguire and Morbius and how is he even mentioned in this? Or is this or I'm sorry, this is just so much. Are we in the Tobey Maguire universe in some sense? Or double twice? No, actually it couldn't be. I was about to be like, or is Venom in Tobey Maguire's universe, but he can't be in because there's a different Eddie Brock. So we can't have two of the same Eddie Brocks because Tobey Maguire's Eddie Brock died. There's just so much. It'll all be explained in a month. Not in a month. In a month and 12 days. A month and 12 days. We'll have an explanation. We still don't have a poster for No Way Home. Or a second trailer. So, moving on. Moving on. Do I want to talk about Chris Pratt? Do I want to give Chris Pratt a platform? No, it's not like, it's just really quick. A paragraph. Here we go. Chris Pratt recently put a post on Instagram of his daughter and his second wife. I think it's his second wife, new wife. And in the comments the way that people are mad is because Chris Pratt said, "I'm very excited to be with this woman, and she gave me a healthy daughter." And yes, that sounds very innocent. Anybody could say that. But the fact that he said that with a son that has a lot of health issues, people are like, come on, what I'm saying is you gotta be insightful with the words that you use, because you have a lot of influence. Like, you can't just put random stuff out there. Like, if it was another guy on the street that said that, people would be like, okay, whatever. But people analyze your stuff, so you got to be like, okay, is this PR right? Like, can somebody look over this to make sure that this is okay? Because now your ex-wife is gonna see that being like, oh, like, that was out of my control. Like, I'm doing my best. I'm taking care of our son. She's gonna overanalyze it just like we did. So just be mindset, but just Chris Pratt, be mindful of the words that you use in your Instagram post, whatever. And then he said some other stuff in the post, and people are like, "Come on, this is very 50s." Anyways, that's it. Next thing, Christopher Nolan's new movie with Universal Studios has the main actors of Robert Downey Jr., which I'm excited for Robert Downey Jr. and Chris Nolan to work together, and Matt Damon. Matt Damon's going to be great. Matt Damon was great in Last Duel. Matt Damon is an A-list actor, 10 out of 10, as in he's great, not, okay? So the movie is about the father of the atom bomb, the guy who made it. So yes, excited about that movie. I will obviously watch it because it's a Chris Nolan movie, and it has Robert Downey Jr. and Matt Damon. Which I do want to preface this point. A lot of people there has been like talks like on YouTube and Twitter about how we don't have movie stars anymore. We don't have movie stars where people just go to the movie for that person. And I feel like that's not true. I feel like we do have movie stars. Like, I'm excited to see this movie just from hearing that it's Robert Downey Jr. and Matt Damon. Like, we still have movie stars that you know, like if Sam Jack is in a movie, I'm watching it. I feel like a lot of people with Ryan Reynolds, if he's in a movie, you're watching it. The Rock, you're gonna watch it. You know, and that just reminds me, because there's a movie coming out soon with The Rock and Ryan Reynolds with Gal Gadot. I feel like this could be really funny. But anyways, we still have movie stars, guys. Relax. Because it's this whole thing. And I feel like a lot of people went to go see Dune because of Zendaya. A lot of people on TikTok are not happy about it, her being only in it for 7 minutes. Because I feel like a lot of people went to go see that for her. So, movie star. Whatever. Anyways, that is the end, guys. I do not have any other comments or things to talk about this week. If you have anything else, let me know down in the comments. I'm about to end this live stream though, so go ahead and just follow me on Twitter @inwardly to let me know any comments or questions that you have about movies and anything that you thought maybe you didn't like my list of all the movies that we saw in October. Make sure to go see our initial review of Eternals and our review of Last Night in Soho. And the next movie we're gonna see is Tick Tick Boom. That's coming out next week. So we'll do a review on that. All right. See you next time. When Dwayne Johnson grabs a helicopter with
I know.
with a chain
and holds it. And holds a helicopter.
Marvel has thousands of my dollars. Already.
Got you.
Thousands.
You were got.
Because I'm already years from now. I'm still going to be watching.
They got you.
They got me from
It's
2008.
inevitable. They can't even stop. You can't even stop that train right now.
What is Tarkin's goal right now with this new group?
So Tarkin, of course, is in charge of the entire Imperial force. Him and Darth Vader are equals.
Yeah, where's that Vader?
Well, you know.
Oh wait.
Well, don't forget now, Vader this is just after Order 66. So, oh man, how cool was it?
Yes. She blows up the TVA, right? And we get a bunch of different timelines, which I'm gonna go over because there's a bunch of different ones that we actually recognize. So let's start with one of them. It's because 2020 we had nothing. You know how hard that. Let's really talk about this. You know how hard it was to get through 2020? I've had something Marvel, something superhero since I was 8. Every year since I was 8. And then 2020 is like, No, nothing.
I know.